Yo, what is going on, everybody? TG here, back with another video. Amazon just reported earnings, and while I thought the earnings were pretty good, they still missed on revenue, and the stock is getting absolutely clobbered, down over 7% today. One of the worst drops that we've seen in recent time, and it is the first quarter that Andy Jassy is at CEO. So, yeah, not a great start for him. But I want to talk to you guys about the earnings, the future of the company, and all that good stuff, fundamentals, all that good stuff. Before we start, though, like and subscribe. It means a ton to me. Would really appreciate it. But let's just jump right into it. First off, they're posting their third 100 billion quarter in a row. Obviously, very good. Earnings per share was a massive beat. They expected to do 12.3. They did 15.12. That's a big beat. But revenue, they missed by about 2 billion exactly. Revenue growing obviously pretty significant year over year. And one of the things that I really liked about it is the profits. One of Amazon's biggest issues over the years was their profit margins. And because of their growth in AWS and ad revenue, they're getting those profits up big. And that is why they're beating earnings per share higher than they normally did, is because they're getting a lot more profit from things that don't require, heavy margins, such as, like their e-commerce is great, but their profit margins on that are like about 5%, whereas something like AWS is significantly higher. Biggest profit margin driving entity in Amazon. And now that their ad revenue business is growing huge as well, it's another great thing. So it stinks because I did do something short term on Amazon, which I don't normally do. I said that I was going to stay above 34.70 by next week. I thought that even if they missed earnings a little bit, that it would only drop maybe 2-3% because the stock was on a downtrend for the week. But the stock's down heavy now. Very very heavy after that recent blow. So I'm going to lose out big. I'm going to go ahead and actually roll this. And, while, yeah, it stinks that I'm going to be losing about $1,600 on, this option, the only good that comes out of it is I'm able to get Amazon at a very cheap price tomorrow that I'm going to store for my long term. So I'm going to do either July 2022, and let me show you guys exactly the option that I'm going to do. Just so if you want to follow it, you can as well. Break it down exactly what that is. It gets dark when I go on Robinhood, so you're not going to really be able to see me too well. But if we go over to Amazon and we look at the options, we're not going to be able to see how much we're actually able to get, just because, after hours doesn't account for it, and it's down to 230 points after hours. Literally one of the biggest drops we have seen in so long. But here's what I'm going to essentially do. Go down here to June of 2022, or you can do a different strike price. I'm probably going to do June, or actually March, I think might be a better bet for me. And I'm going to sell some put credit spreads. So I'm going to sell the put here, and I'm going to pick very safe. I'm going to go down to about 32.50. Sell this one, and then buy this one, 32.40. So we're going to be getting $350 to risk 1,000. So we're getting a 35% return on investment to say that Amazon will be above 32.50. And I also want to see what this is going to look like if it's at 3,200, because if it's not that big of a difference, I'm going to be safe and get that extra 50 points of protection and just do a 3,200, because I think that is very, very safe for that long term. And we will get $247 rather than the 350. So I'm probably going to do the 32.50 just to be safe. It's still pretty good, a 25% return on that. I think I'm going to go for a little bit more and do that one. But again, tomorrow this is going to be a lot different. You're going to be able to get a lot more because this is not factored in the 6.5% drop we had in after hours. So I'm going to do that. These options are going to be screwed. So take the L on that, sadly. But that is basically what I'm going to be doing for that. So again, I think that while it sucks that they missed earnings and their revenue sunk, I do think that it will be worth watching, and this could be a great opportunity to get Amazon at a pretty cheap price. I'd love to see what their PE ratio is after this earnings beat. Definitely going to drop it down a lot and making Amazon more investable to investors that are looking for lower PE ratio stocks, because they prove that they're beating earnings every quarter, growing at a good rate. And while things like AWS and ad revenue grow over the years, that's just going to continue to build and drive profits. So I think while it's disappointing and it sucks, I'm going to be losing some big money on the short term stuff. It will give me an opportunity to get into longer term stuff that I can obviously make more money than 1,600 on. So yeah, throwing it out the window. The 1,600 that crap is gone, unfortunately, or 1,700. Who even knows at this point? But I'm very confident that a year from now or half a year from now, Amazon will be above that 32.50, and I can collect. Honestly, tomorrow I'll probably be around 40% return on investment, and I'll do a couple of those probably. I don't know, maybe put like $5,000 into that, and try to get like 22,000, something like that, about $2,000 to make up for those losses. So it sucks, but I think it'll pay off in the end. So let me know your guys' thoughts on all this. Let me know your thoughts on Amazon, but kind of dragged the whole market down. A lot of the other e-commerce stocks after Amazon reported, Baba fell pretty hard as well. Right after they did, thing just absolutely crashed right after. So kind of sucks, but it's kind of taken the whole market down. All the e-commerce stocks down pretty hard. Same as Shopify and all that, which is kind of interesting to see. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on all of this. Let me know your thoughts on Amazon, and I'll keep you guys updated with everything in the portfolio and all that. But right now that's our only Amazon position, and we're gonna try to obviously get a lot more tomorrow if we have the buying power, which you should, because you did close out a lot of stuff, close out a lot of AMDs for a nice profit, and we'll probably could close out the rest of those tomorrow if we need the buying power for it. I'd love to be able to close the rest of the AMD put credit spreads, the Amazon put credit spread, and my Tesla call credit spreads all tomorrow because I think Tesla's down. So even if Tesla drops a little bit, I'll go ahead and close that out for a nice profit, which it is down 0.71%. So this is good. If it opens up, down $5 tomorrow or something, I will be up very nicely, and probably about $100 at least. Close that out, and then hopefully maybe even see if I can sell a long-term Amazon put. Who knows? I don't know how much buying power they're going to give me. Probably not enough. But I mean, I'll definitely do that, and that's free money long term. They'll probably make me do one that's super far out of the money. That's the way E-Trade does. They have this cool little thing. If you go to margin, and you can play around with the calculator, which is really interesting. So I don't. If you're using margin, which I do, you can go ahead and see some of this stuff. So if I'm like okay, if I close out these put credit spreads here, the AMDs, and I close out these put credit spreads here, and then I close out my Tesla put credit spreads here, then I will have, you add to calculator, you'll see how much buying power you will have. So we click here, add to calculator, we close this, and it says we have only 13,000 of buying power. So I thought we would have had more, but we do not. So we're not going to have enough to sell a put on Amazon. If we wanted to sell a put on Amazon, we would go here, Amazon, sell to open, one put. We'd go out to like March 18, go down like a 3,000 strike price or something that they would let us do. No, see, we would need a lot. We would need 191,000 to do that. Sometimes if you go super far out to like 2,800, sometimes they'll allow it. Like that one, you'd only need 37,000 or 125,000. I don't know. It changes. They let me do it once, but they're not letting me do it again, sadly. So, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on all of this. I'm just trying to play around with this to see what it is, but yeah, that's essentially it. I'll leave you guys alone. Maybe remember to like, subscribe, means a ton to me, and let me know your thoughts on Amazon. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Bye.